Welcome to Chapter Sass, the podcast where we deep dive into the books that make you blush, gasp, and maybe even think a little. I'm your host, Season, and with every book, I'll be joined with a new co-host with their own hot take. From spicy romances to messy love triangles and all the glorious chaos in between, we're here with a fresh perspective to unpack the stories we love, question what we think we know, and explore how the book speaks to us. Things might even get a little sassy. This episode is rated mature and will contain spoilers. Let's get into the first chapter. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to cover all the books of Agatar before the book 6 release date by October 27th. If you like slightly dramatic recaps, unhinged theories, some foul language, and knowing I won't say a single name correctly, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and like this episode. Today, we are going to be covering the third book in the Agatar series, so A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, and we're going to cover part 2, chapters 11 to 25. We're going to do a high-level overview of designated chapters, and of course, we'll end each episode with a sassy topic. This episode will contain spoilers and have mature content. When Reese and Feyre try to get it in, who knows what I say. So be on the lookout for that. All right, everyone, let's meet our co-host for today. Andrea, you're up first. I see you first. How are you?
I'm good.
Anything new? I feel like I just spoke to you.
I know. I have one of 3 kids in the house tonight. Remember, the kids have been gone. But the teenager, she's been here. Well, she got picked up by grandma. So she's gone. The small human, she's with another grandma. And I just picked up the middle human from the other grandma. It's a lot of grandmas. And my husband is at a dirt track race. So it's me and the boy child and these damn dogs.
But you're having a good time otherwise.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, let me tell you what I got to drink.
Okay, what are you drinking?
This is tea lemonade sparkling water.
Love
Zero
it.
sugar.
Yeah, it's number 1 out of 36.
I've been drinking the shit out of them. They're so good. This water.
Love
it's
it.
like something or something. I don't know. And you guys,
This
is my frozen peach margarita.
Welcome to the club and drinking with us.
You're an adult now.
So get ready to get twisted.
Oh, woo, I'm ready. Okay, Jotty, Derek, hello. How are you?
Hey.
So,
Your turn.
oh, I've got
What are
a
you drinking?
pineapple sake.
I thought it was mango.
Oh,
Mango?
mango sake.
Oh, I love it. Is it delicious? You said it was. We're gonna have to come try it.
It's delicious, but
It's sweet.
it's very sweet, and I should have only poured half of this because I'm gonna be lit shortly.
So
Okay.
And then I've got this cucumber lemonade that I got from where?
Jungbu.
Jungbu.
Oh, love it. Derek, what are you drinking?
The usual.
His usual.
Mezcal and orange juice. It's hard to go wrong.
Lovely. Yeah, I just spoke to you guys not so long ago because we're recording 2 episodes in 1 week, so nothing really new has happened. I am drinking. Okay, so I know I said that I was going to make every episode a drink, but there's only like 5 drinks, maybe 6 drinks in that book. So pretty much like I'm going to like make it and the content's going to be done. So I'll make it like every other or every 2 or 3 episodes just so like we can last the series with that. But in the meantime, I do have I had this drink I'm part of a social club and they made this drink, and so it's port wine, which is very sweet wine, but it's called, I think, ranch water port wine. And then you add some mint, some lime, and a little bit of Sprite, and it's like a little refresher, and it tastes so good, so amazing.
And
So
there's booze.
cheers, everyone. The port wine is the booze.
You'll
Cheers,
have to
especially Andrea.
You'll have to name
Cheers.
it. You can name it the All-American bitch.
Oh, me and Jotty saw a fantastic musical called Snuffs, and yes, Jotty and I and Andrea, because we're gonna
Snuffs.
join you, we're the All-American
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah.
Let's roll. You have to see the show to know what it's talking about, or
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
listen to
say.
the song. Or
Y'all
just
know
listen
I
to the
don't really
song.
like America like that.
No,
same.
it's actually about the women's suffrage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
snuff.
Snuffs. And
Still
it's
says
about how
snuff.
they're taking back the word like bitch and whatnot. Like because
Right,
like
you're
men are being
claiming
like, you're a
it.
slut,
'Cause
you're
they-
this. So it's supposed to be like a it's a
Okay,
good thing.
all right. That's
Yeah, it's
fine. As
good.
long as it ain't got nothing to do with America for real.
Same. Otherwise, I would be a black Puerto Rican bitch. Let's roll.
Yeah.
All
Period.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, this will contain spoilers and have mature content. Let's get into the next chapter. Just recap of the first 10 chapters. Feyre goes full spy queen. Tamlin makes choices. Not good choices, but choices. Lucien is eyeing his sister-in-law with his one eye and is like, what's going on? Ianthe is being Ianthe, and the Spring Court is basically a dumpster fire with flowers. Oh, and Jurian isn't evil. The Highburn twins, aka Cersei and Jaime Jr., are departed from this land, but at least they departed together. Lucien and Feyre are now on the run to the Autumn Court. Oh, and Lucian's ready to say hi, Daddy. Part 2, Cursebreaker, Chapter 11. I hope you like my little recap. Chapter 11.
Yo, Hi Daddy is wild. Oh, good lord.
Cursebreaker. Part 2, Cursebreaker, Chapter 11. Okay. Lucien and Feyre are in the Autumn Court trying to keep a low profile because Lucien, doesn't want to interact with his family, doesn't really interact with his family, and Feyre has no need or want to interact with any of them. But Lucien does know a place where they can hide out for a day. So they enter a cave that Lucien used to use, and after all these years, it still has all the camping stuff in it. And remember, this is like, he was with Tamlin during Amarantha, so it's been at 50 plus years or whatnot since like this, they've been in this cave, but it at least has stuff for them to survive. It has lights, candles, it has like a little bedroll for them. The only thing they don't have is food, and they can't eat any of the food that they brought with them because it could be laced with fading. Lucien ends up calling out Feyre and says that he knows that she was lying the whole time. He just knew it. Feyre snaps back and is like, well, why didn't you tell Tamlin? And Lucien says, and I quote, I didn't tell him for 2 reasons. 1, I didn't feel like kicking him mail when he was already down. And 2, I knew if I was correct and called you out, you would find a way to make sure I never saw her. And then
Man,
Feyre and
pretty-
Lucien just come at each other, right? They're letting out some of this anger. And Feyre calls him out as like, oh, so that's why you're here, because of Elaine. Not because it's the right thing to do, and not because like he was wrong. And Lucien responds
Self-serving.
back, my mate is in my enemy's hands. And to Lucien's defense, that's all he knows of the Night Court. And we're going to talk about this a little later. Like, he's witnessed a Night Court do harmful things. Like, he doesn't know that they're wearing this mask. So in his head, it's like, no, the enemy has Elaine. Elaine is my person. I need to protect her. So yeah, and I don't think Lucien's wrong for that. Like, but I don't think we can forget that, like, no one knows the Night Court is good. But then Feyre responds back with, I told you she was safe. There would be no High Lord or no king that could ever stop me from saving my sisters if I ever thought that they were ever in danger. So also kudos to Feyre. But then Lucien drops the big question, is like, well, what about me? Well, what were you going to do about me when you took down the Spring Court? And Feyre doesn't
Fucking
have
audacity
an
of that
answer
guy.
for
The
him.
fucking audacity of that guy. Right? Like, you ain't do shit when we was under the mountain. Back when I
True.
didn't know my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, you fucking stood there and said, we'll see, Feyre. And you stood there dumb as hell, just like Tamlin's punk ass, which we get, like, there was only so much they could say, but
I do have a soft spot for Lucien, but you're
We
correct.
know.
Bar.
We
No,
know.
but you're correct.
Tamlin.
You're correct. I'm not disagreeing with that statement. I don't think it's as black and white for Lucien as it is for Tamlin. And even Tamlin, I think there's a gray area, but there's a significant gray area for Lucien. So like way more than there ever was for Tamlin. But I agree with you. He could have stepped up because he's
red
doing
one.
it now. The point is he's doing it now. He didn't have enough to do it before. So again, don't disagree with you guys. So
Do we agree
anyways,
that
before they go to bed or try to go to bed, because neither one of them is going to sleep because they don't trust the other one, Lucien tells Feyre, my father will hunt you down for taking his power if he finds out and kill you for wielding it. And Feyre's like, tell him to get in line. But my response would be like, he gave me this power. I was dead.
You know what?
I didn't take anything. You gave it to me, so he
This
could
is what's
suck
been
it, quite
pissing.
frankly.
Thanks. Thank you for saying that, because that's what's been pissing me off every time I'm listening, or because I'm listening to it, and the power that you took, bitch. I was dead. I was literally dead. What did I take? You guys gave
Mhm.
me this. In giving me life, you gave me a little bit of your power, and they keep saying, if my daddy finds out about the power that you stole from him, what are you talking about? I'd be
Reach
crashing out.
it. No, I agree. I was like, she didn't steal. I was like, she literally was dead. Now, did Reese go into everybody's mind and make them give her the power? Yeah, but like, she didn't do anything. She was dead. They gave her that, and that's a consequence of them doing that, and they have to live with it. But I agree,
But see what
like she.
happens when you do good, you get stolen from.
So it's the next morning, and their magic has not come back. Feyre's like, we'll head north until we get our powers back. And Lucian's like, no, my father's court is north. Let's go west or east. Feyre responds with, no, because east is too close to Summer Court and west is going too far of the way. Okay, hear me out, guys. I'm
Yeah.
not a Girl Scout. I have zero sense of directions. Like, I could not tell you my north from my south, from my east, from my west. However,
Fucking same.
however, I understand that I can't head towards the Summer Court, but you're also just trying to kill time until your powers come back. Like, I don't think heading north is also the answer. It makes zero sense. Also, Feyre, you've never been in the Autumn Court. You literally have someone who's lived in the Autumn Court, who doesn't even trust his own family, and he's saying, let's not head this way, and you're like, no, we're gonna head this way.
Meanwhile, has never read a map ever in her life because she couldn't fucking read.
For the plot, let's head north. But that was zero survival instincts at all. Like, it made so much sense to just go west and wait it out until your powers came back, because you're gonna whittle. The book was like, I'll be too far. If you whittle, who cares how far you are? Like, just whittle. Like, no one's gonna, yeah, whatever. But
look, you
for
being
the plot,
too logical
let's
for
head
punk
north.
ass Feyre. Okay,
She's still.
she not.
She a punk ass bitch.
Feyre gotta be Feyre. You know what I'm
She
saying?
be Feyreing.
Yeah.
She be
Feyre
fairing. We have to put that on the shirt. She be fairing.
Yeah. When you do stupid shit, why is you favoring right
Why
now?
are you
Mhm.
fairying?
Or as Season would say, why are you fraying?
Fairing, yes. Yes,
Oh.
that has to
No.
go on the shirt now. That has to go on the shirt.
Touche.
Okay, so I will give it to SJM though. Like, great world building here, because when we're in the Autumn Court, it's described so beautifully. Like, if we ever get a show or a movie, it would have to be a show, because a movie is 3 hours and you can't do everything. But I can't wait to see this, because it's so beautiful. Even when they're describing Byron's house or his manor or whatever, it's just described so beautifully. So truly cannot wait to see it. But anyways, they head north. It's been 5 days. They pretty much pass Byron's manor. They think undetected. Their powers have not come back and they're exhausted. And keep in mind, they haven't really been sleeping much. So now they're in the farmlands, and they need to be careful, because if a farmer sees them or sees Lucian, they would report him in a heartbeat. And Lucian explains, and I quote, as the youngest of 7 sons, I wasn't particularly needed or wanted. Perhaps it was a good thing. I was able to study longer than my father allowed my brothers before shoving them out the door to roll over some territory within our lands. I could also train for as long as I like, since no one believed I'd be dumb enough to kill my way up the long list of heirs. When I grew bored of studying and fighting, I learned what I could from the land and its people. And I'm just like, that actually sounds like a good leader. You not just did whatever, but you try to learn from the farmers. You try to learn what the land could give you. This is how he met his
Good
girlfriend,
foreshadowing.
who
For Lucian's
got
book before he dies.
Angie, I have so
I
much
think
in
he's
here where I
gonna
was like,
do-
I hope he doesn't die.
I think he's gonna be great at whatever role they thrust him into. He's got great characteristics, but he's not gonna make it.
This makes
Oh.
me feel like Tamlin's gonna die and Lucian's gonna take the
Or-
spring court.
and merge it with the
See,
autumn
I
court.
don't think so. I mean, I think he will ultimately because Elaine's gonna take the Supreme Court. But then why tell us that he's not the son of the Autumn Court? I feel like he's gonna take that one.
Yeah,
That's why I think he was gonna take this, because he's not the son of the autumn court.
He's
Right,
the
but then
son
he
of the
can't
day
be
court,
he can't be
of the
lord
dawn
of
court,
two
of
two
the
courts.
Which court is it? He's
Ah.
the son of
Who's
Day
his father?
court.
Helion, right?
Day court.
Day
Yeah,
court?
Day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Day
day
court.
court is not a I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get to. Well, it is weird because I do think Elaine will be the head of the Spring Court at some point. So it is weird because they're going to be mates. Because I'm giving Lucian a W. He's not going to get
An
an L.
L.
He's
You
going to
meant
get a
L.
W. No, he's going to get W, not an L. I can't wait for his book. But anyways, so Feyre asks, like, does he want his father's crown? And Lucian
think that's
says the
foreshadowing.
bloodshed that would be required to earn that crown wouldn't be worth it. Neither would the festering court. I'll only gain a crown to rule over crafty, two-faced people. And to Andrea's point, do you think this is foreshadowing? Because we know he's not the actual son of Byron. So I think this is going to be like because he doesn't answer the question. He just pretty much says, if I did it, it'd be too much bloodshed. He doesn't say no. So I think that is great foreshadowing.
Okay,
So
it's
Lucian then
killing
goes on
Derek.
to
It's killing Derek that you're saying Byron.
what's his name?
Baron.
Byron.
No.
I'm gonna probably say Byron.
There,
You said it wrong 3 times, so I took 3 drinks, but I wasn't gonna say it.
Oh, Andrea, I'm so proud of
Lit.
you. Okay, Byron.
I was-
Byron. Is it Byron or
I'll shut
Baron?
the fuck up. Next time I won't snitch.
It's Baron.
No, you have to
Next
correct
time
me.
I
What is it,
won't.
Byron?
Baron.
Baron.
Drink.
Think the pizza.
Drink.
Baron's
Baron.
pizza.
I've never heard of that pizza, so that's not gonna
Red
help me.
Baron
Red
pizza.
Baron? No.
It's like a Walmart cheap frozen pizza. I didn't say it was good
Oh.
pizza.
Hello, didn't we establish that she is
Cultured.
cultured and
Fine.
no,
You're
not
right.
cul-
You be eating at beggars in Italian
you be
fiesta.
having pizza from Italy, baby.
It's
You right.
margarita.
Should take a quick flight to Italy for the real shit.
Yeah.
Go
If
ahead and keep saying
only I
Baron.
could.
Byron,
Okay, so
whatever
Byron
the
or
hell.
Baron?
Baron.
Oh, yeah.
I did that on purpose. My bad.
It's making me hot. Baron.
B, Daddy B. That's all we gotta say.
Baron. We'll see how much I get this right because I'm gonna say his name about 10 more times. So we'll
All right,
How
see.
do you
But
have it
Anyways.
spelled? How's it spelled in your notes?
It
Great
just says
question.
B.
Actually, let me go. I don't think I have it spelled. I just call him that. Hold on. Wait, let me find it.
These are some shorthand notes. They're just letters.
I do. I should take a picture and send it to you guys. I make it just so I can understand what it is.
I mean,
like,
that's all that matters.
Like,
That's-
I'm
yeah.
the only one reading it, so it doesn't have to, like, be correct.
Feyre wrote it for her, so that's why.
The only thing that's ever correct is when I copy and paste and I say, and I'm quoting. Everything else is just my abbreviations, my whatever to help me
Notes by
remember.
Feyre. Notes by Freya.
What notes by Freya?
Cliff notes by Freya.
I love you guys. Okay, so Lucian then goes to explain that the reason why the farmers would sell him out is because of Jasminda, his lover that his father and brothers killed. The farmer or the peoples believe that Lucian didn't protect her, and they blame Lucian. But I just want to be like, if he was tied down and everything, like, how was he supposed to help her? But point is, they blame Lucian. And again, he needs a W. But I also think this goes to prove that he's never really had a friend. Like, the farm people turned on him, his family turned on him, Tamlin's turned on him. He needs a friend. So it's another day has passed. They've gone through the farmlands and they finally find like this cave. They both like get some sleep just to be awakened by Lucian's brothers. Eris is there and he's like, I'm gonna take you back to our father. And I do actually have our father here. I don't actually have his name. So that's
What's
great.
his name?
Feyre's like, this isn't gonna end good. And with her being in the Autumn Court, she can feel the Autumn's Court power. Like she can feel like the fire under like simmering like under her skin. So her and Lucian have like a little nod. He understands what she's gonna do, and she unleashes the fire to Eris. And now the brothers and Eris are like surrounded by the fire, which I mean, good thing for Feyre and Lucian because they were gonna get out, but also like if they're from that core, it's kind of like a Targaryen. Like Daenerys was never gonna burn in fire. Oh, look at the dog!
Sorry, there's a dog on camera. How
I
could you
can't
do
stand this
this?
little
Is that
dog.
a Chewini?
It is a Chewini, but the issue
Hold
is
up,
he
hold up.
barks.
Simba, give us
You
a
ready?
Simba moment.
Oh,
Circle of life.
He's so needy. He's been sitting here waiting for me to pick him up. Oh my god,
What's
here
his
comes the
name?
big dog. This is Rubble. Like
Rebel,
the Paw
I
Patrol.
love it.
Like the Paw Patrol dog.
yeah.
The pudgy one.
I
Yeah.
have never watched Paw Patrol in my life.
Yes, we know because you go to Italy and
Yeah,
Jamaica
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Ireland. That's why
Yeah.
you don't know Paw Patrol.
You don't know Sky and Marshall and Chase.
Yeah.
Rubble.
No, I don't know those.
Yeah.
I love all the subtle ways that season remind us that she doesn't have kids. Oh, Paw Patrol? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I mean, I know what it is, but I couldn't tell you an episode or
Right.
characters or
She's
anything.
like, I don't watch TV. I touch grass. There's a bunch of
In
news there.
Ireland. I touch grass in Ireland.
Oh my god, we gotta
So
In
it's not
Ireland.
Ireland, it's Scotland, but
Oh,
yes.
oh.
You said Ireland. Oh, you know what?
No, I said I want to go to
She said
Ireland.
Jamaica too. She said
Ireland,
Jamaica.
Scotland.
I have been to Jamaica, so that is fair. That is true.
You know what? We need to move on because I'm feeling the hater rage inside my heart.
Okay. So while they're enclosed with this fire, I'm just thinking, like, is the fire really gonna hurt the offspring of the kids, you know, who are a part of this, you know, who are there? So, anyways, spoiler alert, Eris like starts to approach from the fire and come out, and so then Lucian has a little bit of magic now, and so Feyre grabs Lucian and they use their powers together, and they make the cave like fall in, and they keep running. Question. Lucian is not the sun though, so how did he have fire power?
Well, it didn't say that he used fire. No. It just kind of like
happened?
they used like magic. Like they didn't use fire to make the rocks rumble.
Maybe you're right. I thought they used fire to bring it down. Lucian does have magic, so that is fair. He just shouldn't have fire magic.
He used
You know
his
what?
magical globe.
But if you find it, it should be like chapter 11 or 12. So let me know. But I thought it said that he brought it down. But anyways, that's a great question. If if anyone's listening, they want to correct me, feel free. I love to be corrected. So
Did you
I
see
don't
this?
mind. Oh, hey, Sophie.
Hey.
So yeah, correct me, but I thought they said they used fire. But maybe you're right. Maybe they use just magic to bring it down because Lucian shouldn't have fire magic.
It says
Anyways.
sweat simmered on Lucian's brow as a pulse of flame-licked power slammed into the stones just above us.
But was
So
it
is that-
his or was it?
Hurt.
And then it says, I threw any trickle of magic into Lucian's next blow.
Ooh,
But it says flame licked.
Mm-hmm.
flame
That's-
licked as it. So wait, but maybe Eris fired.
Okay. I'm gonna
And
keep
then
going. I'm gonna keep reading and see
residual-
if I
Maybe.
can find it.
Maybe. I would love to know. So just curious. But based on Andrea, that's how I read it. That Lucian had the flame, like he did that, and Feyre just helped it along with the little bit of magic that they have. So
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm gonna ask Chat GPT.
love it. Cave came in, you know, and they're on the run. So now they're a little bit closer to the Winterlands at this point. There's no wood to burn. It's just pretty much a white, vast land with mountains. They're climbing the mountains. They're freezing. They're in a cave. They're in a cave and they realize they need body heat. So they're just like little together, sharing a little cloak. And Lucian asked Feyre to tell him about Elaine. And Feyre says, and I quote, she loves to garden, always loved growing things, even when I have so much to say about this paragraph.
Then she did not like to grow them.
fucking vegetable.
Oh, I have so much to say about this. Let me go back. Okay. She loves
You gonna
to
read
garden.
the whole passage, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it. Yeah. She loves.
Because listen, I have never bandwagoned somebody's theory so fucking hard before. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna read this whole passage, but also this is more like if you ever describe me, don't describe me like this because this is bullshit. Like you have zero relationship with your sister. But let me just read this. So
Tell me you
Feyre
don't
says,
fucking like
and I
her without
quote,
telling me you don't like her. Okay, go.
Feyre says, and I quote, she loves to garden, always loved growing things. Even when we were desolate, she managed to tend to the little garden in the warmer months. When our fortune returned, she took to tending the plants and the most beautiful gardens that you've ever seen. It drove the servants mad because they were supposed to do the work and the ladies were only supposed to clip roses here or there. But Elaine would put on her hat and gloves, kneel in the dirt, weeding, and acted like a purebred lady in every other way, in every other regard but that.
And Lucian goes, acted.
So yeah, she's like, yes. So she's like acting like you think she's saying she's dead because he's using past tense. But I'm saying to that is, I agree. She was like kind of acting. I think I'm gonna say this, like Elaine is much smarter. She's probably the smartest out of all three of them. She knew her sisters were always gonna protect her, and so she did whatever she needs to do to get her way, and that's what she did. I think she loves her sisters, but she knew that she would always be protected and she was never going to try harder than what she needed to. But second thought, Jody, if you ever describe me like that to someone, we're not friends.
No.
I'll describe Season for me. She loved Disney. That's all I can say. Never mind any characteristics that I had. Never mind that I wasn't caring. I wasn't loving. I wasn't loud, energetic, my unapologetic, nothing. She describes her sister as she loves to garden and she acted like this except for every other sense of the way.
Yo, you can't tell me it's crazy that SJM planted the Easter egg of acted out of Lucian's mouth of all people.
Yep.
When you have been harping on this theory for mad long and we're like, nah. And then this pops up. He doesn't even know her. We know Elaine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was on that bandwagon immediately.
Yeah. I was like, no.
I cannot believe you clocked it because I'm like, oh yeah.
Can't wait for this book. So then Feyre says, Lucian, she's engaged to another man, a human, a lord's son who hates fairies. And Lucian says he just wants to see Elaine just once, just to see if she's worth fighting for. And he says, and I quote, then I'll ask your mate how he survived it, knowing you were engaged to someone else, sharing another male's bed. So, like, can't wait for that sexy scene.
If he met her and he decided, she's not worth fighting for, what the fuck was he gonna do? Go, I have a mate, but I don't really want her?
Well, you can reject the mate bond. You can reject the mating bond, so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So Lucian asks Feyre, like, how does she know that Rhys, like, was her mate? And then says, like, was she, like, he accuses her of fucking Rhys right before she left. And Feyre snaps back and was like, I never touched him until months later. And Feyre says, one would think, Lucian, that you'd be glad I fell in love with my mate, given that you're in the same situation that Rhys was 6 months ago. So again, still, I think this is all just foreshadowing because I think we're going to get so much more when it comes to like Elaine's book. We're just going to get so much information. And then Lucian's respond, you left us, not him, but us. And Feyre just like, I asked for help before I left. And Feyre says, and I quote, you fit into the spring court as little as I did, Lucian. You enjoyed the pleasures and the diversions, but don't pretend you weren't made for something else and more. I can't wait for the book because I feel like this is all foreshadowing. Like he was never meant to be at the spring court. But anyways, Lucian is like, well, where do I fit in? Because I certainly don't fit in the night court. And again, Feyre doesn't have the answer to that. So the next morning they head out and they have to cross like this frozen lake. And while they're crossing it, Ares appears and starts to melt the lake. So not only do they have to like run from the lake now because it's melting, but now they have to zig and zag to avoid getting shot by arrows. And now they are technically over the winter border. And so Feyre can feel the ice power or magic in her. So she is slowly trying to make the ice hard again since it is now melting. But while doing this, she does get shot with an arrow. She pulls it out, but then Eris like whittles in front of her and Lucian, grabs her hair, and then now Feyre's gagged and bound with fire. And then all of a sudden she looks up. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it is Illyrian warriors. And boom, Cassian lands and he's alive and fine. And boom, Azriel lands and he's alive and he is fine. And then Cassian says, I suggest you drop my lady. And I'm just like, don't drop me. Place me down very nicely. But okay, we'll go with this. And then all of a sudden, Feyre remembers that Cassian taught her how to fight without her magic. And so she's like, duh. She twists, knees Eris in the balls, and then brings him up with the uppercut and like gets him in his nose. Needless to say, he does let her go. He drops her hair. And then Cassian is all over Ares. And then Lucian's like fighting his brothers with Azriel, but then Cassian gets in and he's like, bam, and slams a blade into Ares' gun. It's like, he should have been like, 4 more. But he doesn't say that. He just like slams it in there. But anyways, and as much as Feyre wants them all to die because they attacked her, she's like, stop. They are about to enter war. They need allies. And she's like, we can't kill them yet. So then Feyre removes the glamour from her right hand and is like, I am the High Lady of the Night Court. Question. If you didn't have any more power, how you have your glamour?
I thought she said she felt it come back whenever they were crossing the border.
Said she removed the glamour.
Have you
She took the makeup off.
Not the makeup.
She hit cover up.
Have you guys read Spark of the Everflame?
No.
Oh, well, never mind.
Warning. No. Okay. So anyway, she's like, I'm High Lady of the Night Court. And the brother's like, there is no High Lady. That's not such thing. And she's like, there is now. And so then Feyre's like, take us both home. And so Cassian and Azriel fly Feyre and Lucian. They go to the skies. They go to like the border of the Winter Court where Moore is there. And she whittles everyone back to the townhouse. Lucian is shocked. Like, he hears children in the streets. And he's like, what's going on here? Because he's never seen Valaris. Then Amren shows up and Lucian knows his place in the house and bows to her. Lucian has like a few questions and it's like, what is this? And they're like, this is Rhys's home. He's just shocked that High Lord even lives in a townhouse. Feyre describes Valaris as the city of starlight. And then Feyre smells him, her mate. And Rhys comes and tells everyone, leave the house now.
Get the
we
fuck
have
out
some
of here.
reconnecting to do. We got reconnecting to do.
We got a couch to break in.
So then Rhys takes her up to their bedroom. And Feyre asks, do you want to go over what happened at the Spring Court? And Rhys says, I'd rather do some other things first. Ooh la la. But remember, when the same situation happened before, Tamlin didn't want to fuck her and was like, no, tell me everything you know.
Well, she's
just so crazy. It goes from ooh la la to fucking. Like, it's just a harsh 180.
This is season. Welcome to season.
It was like real nice and princess and then dark edge. Like,
you never know what to expect with me. I keep you guys all on your toes.
A real treat.
On your toes.
I want to touch on what Derek keeps saying about Feyre being an emotionally stunted child.
Yeah.
Because immediately she's like, but don't you want a recap of everything that happened before we fuck? Like, girl.
But she was only like that because of Tamlin.
That's what I'm saying. So how easily molded she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point, yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Pobrecita.
Aw, poor her. They kiss, but then Rhys tells Feyre she needs a shower. She's been gross because she's been trucking through the autumn court for like a fucking week. He's like, bitch, get in the shower. You smell. Rhys explains that the spring court has fallen. Feyre's sisters are at the House of Wind. They're alive. Not started doing well, but they're alive. Rhys also explains that the reason why he wasn't there to meet Feyre right away is because he was flying over the Queen's palace because it's been too quiet and he's a little worried. It's a little suspicious. Dun, dun, dun. I wonder why it is too quiet. We find out later. Feyre takes a bath because why not a shower? You've been gross for a week, but let me just sit in my filth that I have for a week. So whatever. She gets out, wraps a towel, and is like, "All clean, daddy. I'm ready for ravishing." And I'm like, "Girl, me too." And so Reese is like, starts to touch her, and he makes her suck his finger. Then he visits Cityville and sucks on the nips. And then he's like, "Ooh, let me put a finger in you." And he puts a finger in her. And it's been so long. Feyre's almost ready to climax, but she does it. And then she's like, "You're mine." And Reese is like, "Ah, those are the magic words." Throws her on top of the bed, thrusts in. And shortly after they climax. That is
Can I
their
be honest with
reconnecting.
you?
What happened?
There is 2 things I love about this book. One
What?
is the lack of fucking world building that we endured the first 2 books. And 2 is I don't give not one singular fuck about anybody fucking. Because there is so much action and good
Yeah.
shit. I'm gonna
Yep.
be real with you. I skipped through it this reread.
It's
There
okay. You can. It's very vanilla. Very
I
vanilla
didn't.
things
is
going.
very vanilla. I'm like, damn, you're
It
not
is.
even describing if it's curved.
You
How
know what I
many
mean?
inches is
Mm,
it? I've
good
seen
job.
pierced ones at the, you know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't skip through it.
Does
I
it
know
have
you didn't.
wings?
Not does it have wings?
It has wings.
The dick?
I don't know
Yeah,
how, but it has
does.
it.
They're like demon wings.
Like father, like son.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That
It goes with
sounds
her nips that do this.
uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want a little description of
Here's a
something.
fembot.
It's very bland, you know?
Yeah,
but that's
it-
because
it
we be
was.
reading inappropriate shit. That's what it is.
It is. We are used to reading inappropriate shit. And I will say, I think because of this, when we got Silver Flames, I think, a little shocked
Yeah!
of how much more is descriptive. But also, Silver Flames is good. It's good. But it's
It's
not like
got
the smuttiest book I've ever read.
everything. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
But you know what?
Silver
There's a lot of build up
There's a
in
lot of
There's a
Silver
lot of
Flames.
good
There's a
tension,
lot.
yearning, and
Yeah.
Yearning.
and
A lot. I mean, their yearning started in fucking this book.
this book,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So,
these two didn't have any of that when they reconnected. I was like, damn, y'all don't want to flirt a little?
to be fair, if I reconnected from my boo and I was gone for a little bit, I'd be like, "You can fuck me.
Yeah, then
We
skip
don't
it.
need
Yeah,
to.
then
We
you're
can
right
bond
about it.
later.
Well,
We
yeah,
can
that
bond
was
later."
good.
They had
What
sex.
happened?
Scene.
Yeah. And
Wait,
then
what'd you say?
And then they boinked.
And then they
And then
Wait,
they boink.
That goes
That's
on the shirt now
essentially-
too. Okay.
And then
So after
and
they
then-
get it in, it's time to visit her sister at the House of Wind because they haven't done so since arriving to Valaris. And so Feyre and Reese head downstairs to get Lucia, but before they do, there are some rules, there are some things we need to know. Number 1, if Lucian threatens anyone in the house or in this territory, the Inner Circle will show him ways to die that he never imagined. 2, Elaine has been cared for. Her participation in life has been entirely her own. No one but a few trusted servants plus like the Inner Circle have even been to the House of Wind. 3, Reese tells Lucian that he's only going to tell him this once, that he was in love with Feyre before Feyre returned any of the feelings. Reese explains that he suspected Feyre was his mate long before Tamlin, but if she decided she was going to marry Tamlin, and that is what made Feyre happy, he wasn't going to stop her. But what he wasn't going to do was stand around and watch her waste away and watch her get locked up. So Feyre did not dishonor Tamlin. She found out about the mate bond months later, and now that Lucian finds himself in a similar situation with Elaine, Lucian better, never give Feyre shit again for what's going on, or Reese is gonna pull out his throat. So then they fly to the House of Wind as a reminder they cannot widow in. Finally, Feyre tells Lucian her story of like how Reese saved her during Calumet, about how he saved her under the mountain. She explains that Elaine was always safe with Reese in the Inner Circle. Then she calls Reese in, and Reese explains his side of the story about how he wears the villain asshole mask, like outside of Valaris, but like that's not who he truly is. And after all of this, Lucian says, and I quote, first he says, when we were alone, Lucian rubbed his eyes. I didn't realize you can rub a mechanical eye. But anyways, he says, I've seen Rhysand do horrible things, seen him play the Dark Prince over and over. And yet you tell me that it was all a lie, a mask to protect this place, these people. And I would have laughed at you. And yet the city exists untouched, or until recently, I suppose. Even the Dawncourt cities has nothing as lovely as this. And you love him, and he truly loves you. And all these people I have spent centuries hating, even fearing, they are your family. Again, this just goes to like everyone has seen the Night Court as this terrible thing, and like, you know, they're really not this villain. And so then he says to Feyre, I didn't realize I was a villain in your narrative. And Feyre says, like, not entirely. Like, you weren't always the villain. And so again, just really need this book. But Feyre explains that Elaine doesn't know anything about Lucian other than that he's a Lord's son and that he helped Feyre under the mountain. So Feyre's like, I'm going to visit my sisters first. You hang tight. Nessa's in the library reading a book, and Cassie and Nessa get into their like lovers banter. But Feyre explains that like she's pretty much completed what she set out to do, and now she's back. She slowly did bring down the Spring Court, and Ianthe is licking her wounds and should never bother them ever again. No one has seen the power that a Nesta has, like, that they saw in Nesta in Hybern, but they know that it's something terrible. So again, great for shouting for Silver Flames. Nesta snaps at everyone and is like, she's okay. Or she doesn't snap at everyone, she snaps at Feyre. She's like, she's okay, but you should really be checking on Elaine. She hasn't left her room, won't stop crying, and won't eat. This is news to everyone else because they didn't tell no one else that, like, Elaine hadn't been eating. So like Rhys is like, well, why didn't you tell me? And then Feyre explains that like Lucian is here, and Nesta's like, Lucian's nothing to her. I can give two shits. Feyre's like, I'm gonna give Elaine the choice if she wants to see Lucian or not. Again, we're all about choices. So then Feyre goes to visit Elaine in her rooms. It's silent. It's like a dark silence. Elaine is not doing well. She's really thin and pale. And she just like is supposed to be married next week. And so, you know, Elaine just wants to go home. Lucian's in the doorway, so he sees and he hears everything that she says about like wanting to go home. They leave Elaine alone pretty much, and Rhys shows Lucian his bedroom, gives him new clothes, and says, but when he gives him new clothes, Lucian responds, is there a cost? And Rhys says, and I quote, if you're trying to say you don't have money, don't worry, the clothes are complimentary. If you're trying to ask if this is some sort of bribe, you are a High Lord's son. It would be bad manners not to house you and clothe you in your time of need. So again, when we want to give Lucian shit about like being with Tamlin, whatever, he literally doesn't have money. Like, I guess Tamlin never paid him because you would think he would save money. But like, he literally can't even buy clothes.
But how is
Like,
he gonna have money?
He's worked for Tamlin. You don't pay your employees?
But like, it's not like he got a credit card. Like, how he got? Where's the money? Where's the tabs? Like, he would have to have cash on him. But they
This is
literally escaped
Fairyland.
from the.
Yeah, he has an eye. He has Apple Pay in his eye. He's fine.
You right. I forgot. My bad.
I mean, you
You
can't
right.
have a bad
Venmo. You right.
bad
Yeah, he got it. He's fine. There's a way for him to have this money. There is.
if Feyre can put a book in her, he can carry a wallet. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So they give Lucian rules. Lucian's free to wander the house and the city, but he is not to talk to either sister, enter their floor, go to the library. If he wants to do any of that, he needs to ask the servants, and the servants will ask Rhys or Feyre. But also they're like, he's free to wander the city. He's in the fucking House of Wind. Unless he's going down the 10,000 fucking steps. He is trapped in that house because you can't whittle. He just can't fly. But anyways, so now the inner circle heads to Amren's house because we learned that since the two halves of the books have been together, it speaks all the time now. So they're kind of like worried, like Amren being there. And so the inner circle just talks next steps with Hybern. And now that Hybern has like the 3 cities or the 3 territories, the inner circle knows that like they cannot take on Hybern's army alone, that like he does have the numbers. Azriel's trying to find Miriam and Draco or Draken, but their island has been abandoned. We get a little bit more information about Miriam because she's made, but also I feel like this is pointless because they do nothing. Like, we get all this information.
No. I
They
think
show up at the
she
end.
is getting a book.
Oh, okay. I was like, they
Think
just like show up at the
Jurian?
end when the war is practically done. Like, there's like no point in
Vasa,
this.
we don't know. Remember, at the end of the series, we don't know where Vasa is. We don't know where Bryaxis is. We don't
Okay.
know what happened to the bone carver's not dead, right? It's a lot of untied knots and loose
Okay.
ends and threads and shit And I think that Miriam and Draken and Jurian are a large piece to a puzzle we should have been paying attention to in this one.
Okay, well, I have some information about her. Like I said, she wasn't much
Okay,
help in this
give it
book,
to me.
but Miriam was
Give it.
made. So during the last battle, she died, and Draken took her to this hidden island where there was an object of great power that was concealed, but it was an object made of the cauldron itself. And so he brought her there and brought her back to life and made her immortal. However, no one knows where she is now, but in the meantime, the inner circle does need help to fight Hybrid in its territories. So they've been planting lies with all the other territories so that the other territories are kind of fighting with each other so that Hybrid can't just pick them up and leave right now. So, good planning. We also learned that there's something wrong with the cauldron, because if there wasn't, the cauldron would have enough power to bring down the wall, and it doesn't. That is why the twins were there trying to figure out a way to figure out these holes. Also, the king has not let the cauldron out of its sight, so they can't just pop in and try to destroy like they did last time. Then Feyre asked, can I fix the wall if the walls was made by fairies coming together and I'm a blend of all of that coming together? And so Amryn says, possibly, but your sisters are actually made from the cauldron itself, so they definitely should be able to. Feyre's like, nope, keep them out of this. And I asked them for help once, and look where it got them. Then Amryn says you sound like Tamlin, and Moore is defends Feyre and is ready to fight Amryn, and they all are scared of Amryn, but she was ready. Moore was ready to fight Amryn, but Feyre realizes that they do need her sisters to help with the wall, and if they don't help with the wall, then at least to show everyone else the risk that they face. So Feyre says that she'll give them the choice if they want to help, but she'll talk to them. The next step, building an army. The Larian's ready to go, but they need more than that. More to come in a little bit. Next, invitations are going out to all the High Lords, to all the courts, to see if they will all come together. While flying back to dinner, Cassian and Feyre talk about Nessa. And Cassian, we get I missed all of this. Now just rereading it and just knowing Silver Flames. So Cassian is holding Feyre, and they're just talking about Nesta, and Feyre's like, well, why do you even put up with her? And he responds with, because I can't stay away. And I knew that they were mates, but there's so much
yearning started
there's so
here,
much you just missed.
and it was it wasn't even, because you get to their book and they're just at each other's throats the whole time. It's like a friends to enemies to lovers, and the yearning and the tension was all here. It was all nice and sweet, and he was so fucking smitten.
He was. Is your hand up to speak?
Yes.
Oh,
please.
okay. You could just interrupt
So-
us.
No, I can't. I absolutely can't. How do we think
He's tried.
when very powerful women in this group, when they are flying to,
When they're flying,
no, I'm gonna let you finish.
It was he's tried. Damn it.
No,
Go.
when they're
I'm ready.
flying, how are they? How? Is it
Talking
face
while
to
they're
face, and he's
I
just
feel
holding her, and they're
I feel like he's
wow,
holding her like a baby.
like a baby.
yeah, like this.
Yeah,
so
and
she's
he's
got
fine.
his-
she's all cradled
And
there with
she's
his
got
arm
his
around her.
arms
Yeah.
around
didn't-
his neck.
I honestly, I don't even know what I
And
thought
so-
now.
And so she's just
And-
like this, and then he's fucking flying, and she's just like, so do you like my sister?
And it's gotta
And
be,
he's
they
like,
gotta be
"Bitch, you're
screaming at each
fucking
other
heavy."
over the wind.
Yes, I do.
I love it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
It is kind
Or
of a compromising
Or
position.
maybe
to
she
be.
baby monkeys him and rides his back or
No,
some
because then
shit.
his wings
Because
are not
his wings,
flapping.
though.
His wings.
Well,
so
then
he
he'd
has
have
to be
Oh,
carrying
you
her
mean
like
on the
this.
front?
Like
Yeah,
he's
I
she's
get it.
wrapped
like
around him.
she's
Yeah,
like
she's
no,
Monkey.
her
There you go.
legs are
I think they're
here.
like this.
Her head is here.
Or he's just like, you know
Yeah,
how you
I
pick
was
up a
thinking just
toddler
scooped up from
And
the
she's
side.
just
and
No, I'm
and
thinking she's like a
just straight.
toddler. Like when you carry a baby,
she's not a
like,
baby size.
I know, but
maybe a
okay,
Peter,
so
but
let's
she's
pretend
not
I'm
a
holding
baby
this.
size.
Her body's
That's why
right
they
here. Her
taught her how to
legs
fly.
are on this side of
Hey,
this
hold
arm.
on, hold
And
on.
her arm is on this
No.
Hold
side.
on.
Are we doing
Hold
this?
on, hold on.
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Yes.
All right, come on. Let's do it.
Everyone who's listening, Johnny and Derek are now trying to show us how the
No.
Lyrians are carrying them.
Okay, so
Yes, like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
That's what
and
I
his
assumed.
wings are flapping.
Yeah,
but
and
fuck.
he's flying. Go
Okay, so
do a
these-
couple laps
Exactly
so we
like
can.
that.
I was thinking it was like I was like this, no, right? And you're like this, and he's just like, woo, woo. And we're
And
just like,
I
she's
think that's
just
how they're carrying
dangling.
the men. So I think that's how they're carrying like Lucian. But like I don't
You
think.
think?
It's even funnier if he was carrying fucking Lucian like a little
right.
baby.
And then
this.
there's if he was carrying Lucian like a little baby, or
There's got to be fan
they're
art. Let me look.
carrying like this, and they're just touching swords the whole time. They're just crossing.
Oh, that's
Or
the
even
fanfic.
better.
Yes, they're touching swords. Yes.
Asriel's holding Lucian like this. The ambiguously gay throuple.
Oh my god!
Touching swords is hilarious, by the
Wow.
They're
way.
touching, that also is going on the shirt, just so you know.
We are running out of room. We're gonna need a hoodie.
can make
so
two
we got
shirts.
sleeves and a hood.
We don't need a
Yeah,
blanket.
we can make 2 shirts. Okay, so now everyone is at dinner except for Elaine. Even Nesta shows up. So Nesta's the only one to like ask Amryn about herself. Like no one's ever asked these questions before, but I think it just goes to show that like this is their bond because they form it. They have like a better bond like throughout. In Starlight they do, or in what is it? Frost. What is that one?
Exactly, the blue one. The blue one.
The blue one. They have like a good relationship there, and then they kind of have it in Silver Flames. I know that, you know, their relationship's a little rocky in Silver Flames, but it's just showing that they're bonding over this. Cassian has been trying to get Nessa to train with him, but she won't. So instead he asks Feyre, like, are we training? She's like, yes, at 8 a.m. Cassian and Nessa bicker. They start bickering, but point of the story is Nessa's like, I'm not going to join you in training, but she will train with Amryn. Rhys now explains that because Lucian hasn't heard this, so he's now explaining to everybody that like he's sending out invitations to all the High Lords, and Lucian speaks up, and Lucian asks, is Feyre going to tell all the High Lords about their powers that she has from them? And Feyre and Rhys are like, I'm not sure. And then Rhys is like, what's your opinion on this, Lucian? And Lucian explains that his father would join Hybern if it meant that he would get his power back and kill Feyre. Lucian needs Asriel to find out how much his brothers saw from their encounter from earlier. So pretty much we're not trusting the Autumn Court as of right now. Maybe later. Let's see what happens. Now the Inner Circle plus Lucian and Nesta talk strategy and what they're going to do for the Court of Nightmares. So they need, what's his name? Kerr?
Kier.
No, that's not his name. His name's not Kier.
Say it on the graphic.
Is that how they say in the graphic audio? Kier? Johnny, you're not listening.
You gotta look at your text messages.
Kier.
Oh. My stuff's on Do Not Disturb. Oh my god. See?
You gotta zoom in. You gotta zoom in. Zoom in on fucking Lucian.
Look at Lucian. Lucian looks like he's about to go play some baseball in Twilight.
Oh my god.
Yes. Okay. For everyone who's listening, so who found this?
I went to Pinterest and I was like,
Oh,
Cassian carrying Feyre. And it's just so happened I got Asriel
But
and
you can kind of
Lucian.
see the face on Asriel. He's like, motherfucker, why I got fucking stuck with
but we
Oh
found
my
this lovely
God.
picture, and it's true. Azriel's like, what the fuck? Lucian's like, I'm here. Feyre's like, hug me, Cassie, and I love that you came to save us. Yes. It's a funny, okay, but it's just a funny
Yeah.
picture, but yes.
It's a funny, yeah. Okay, go. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
so they start to talk strategy about what they're going to do for the Night Court. They need, what did you say? They need Mor's dad and his Darkbringers Legion. Mor's not a big fan of this. We also find out that Rhys can't just order Mor's dad to do this because there are protocols put into place, and they're going to leave in 2 days. So pretty much then Feyre lets everyone else tells everyone she wants to learn how to fly. Cassian doesn't think it's like a great idea because you need a lot of time to like learn to fly. But Rhys is just like, I'm going to give Feyre every advantage she has. But then Azriel's the one who speaks up and is like, nope, I'm going to teach her how to fly because you two knew how to fly when you were young and he learned at 11. And he's just like, the fears you have as an adult and when you have as a child are different. There's way more stuff you have to overcome. I'm going to train her. Feyre then explains to Nesta that she needs her and Elaine to help patch up the holes in the wall. And Amryn tells Nesta, like, she'll help her train with her powers. And Nesta's going to go to the Court of Nightmares with Amryn so they can test out their theory of, like, like cost to like. And they're going to try to find objects and things like that. Nesta agrees to help with the wall and to train with Amryn as long as they all agree they're going to kill the king and the queens. However, Nesta is not down for telling people what happened to her. She's like, that is my story to tell, and I'm not telling these High Lords. And then she's like, oh yeah, you bring Elaine into this, I'm ripping out your throat. It's the next day. It's time for Feyre's lesson with Cassian. She's a bit late because she was riding Rhys's magic lorry.
Yep.
And when she gets there, Cassian is like, I hope you didn't exert yourself too much already because this is really going to hurt. And Feyre says, two Illyrian males making me sweat one morning. What is a female to do? And now I really want to read that fanfic, Jody, because that's...
You better. It's a quick read and it's good.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry,
now
did
I
you
really
say
want to read it.
quickie?
Yes.
It is. It's a quickie.
Right. That's what it said, yeah.
So while they train, Cassian gets Feyre a piece of his mind because he's heard that Feyre and Rhys did not let them know she was High Lady because her being High Lady now means she belongs to all of them and it's all their job to protect her. And then he goes to explain, you went and pulled the same shit that Rhys did 50 years ago. And now Feyre realizes she fucked up. Like, she doesn't, like, Rhys leaving and all this, like, has scarred the inner circle, but she also realizes that she would do that shit again in a heartbeat. Anyways, now it's Azriel's turn to teach Feyre to fly. He helps her with her wings. He helps, like, create them. And once they're made, Azriel says, and I quote, I know you're not Illyrian, but amongst their kind, it is considered inappropriate to touch someone's wings without permission, especially females. And the book says, he says, their kind, not his. And again, can't wait for this book because I've heard like rumors and things being like, everyone thinks he's like a prince because he can actually control the shadows. So like, who is Azriel really? Like just
Yeah,
like who was his
I
mom?
won his
you know,
book over punk ass Elaine, but it's
You know what I mean?
100%.
those books are going to be
essentially-
connected. But yes,
I knew you were
Although
going to
he
say
turns
that
into a
shit.
little bit of a fucking emo simp, but
I
do
love
love
that
him.
for
I
him.
love an emo sim.
He's been through some
that explains a
trauma.
lot.
he has. So pretty much what Feyre learns during this training exercise is that she needs to straighten her core, her back, her shoulder muscles, so she can't fly. More story, she can't fly.
Same
And she ain't
girl.
flying anytime soon. So Feyre and Rhys now head to the library because I need to find some more information like the cauldron. So we go to the library, and this library has been here before the war. However, Rhys explains that how it was with Fae and humans like before the war. And pretty much he just explains they were separate, blah, 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 whatever. But he does say something interesting. And what he says is when he's talking to Feyre, they're talking about humans that like humans can't necessarily cast the spells that the Fae have unless, and so I'm quoting from this, so unless there's some like Fae lineage that could be within that human. So Rhys says, some do have magic, usually the ones who can claim distant Fae ancestors. I can't even say it. They're ancestors.
Yeah.
But some of these spells don't require magic from the wielder, only the right words or the right use of ingredients. So again, kind of going with it's Feyre from like Fae lineage back in the days. That's why it was so easy to like change them in the cauldron and, you know, become Fae. So now they're at the library and we meet the high priestess. I guess she's not a high priestess. She's just a priestess in charge. We meet Clotho. We meet Clotho. She is one of the many priestesses who work/live in the library. And we get more of that in Silver Flame, but for, you know, just for this, pretty much library is just like a safe haven for these priestesses. Clotho was hurt a long time ago by a group of males. They cut out her tongue and smashed her fingers so that she couldn't say who they were. Moore found her.
They were looking for Ianthe.
Yeah. Rhys went into her head to see who these males were, told Moore. Moore went and killed them. But pretty much this the library has just been somewhere safe where anyone who's been hurt can come and heal. Also, there's a darkness in the library in the basement. Ooh la la. Well, not ooh la la, like ooh. More on that later. Feyre, while they're talking about all this, Feyre and Rhys like go back about how they're gonna try to defeat Hybern, and Rhys pretty much is like, I'll sacrifice myself, and Feyre's like, no, you're not. We're two now. Spoiler alert, that's exactly what happens. But anyways, Feyre's like, if Hybern has the numbers, can we have monsters? Like, can we get monsters to join our side? Now it's time to visit the Bone Carver. Dun, 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 dun. Cassian is going to go with Feyre to visit the prison because it apparently is going to look too desperate if the High Lord goes. So Rhys is not going to go. So we find out that the Bone Carver has been in the prison way before Cassian, so over 500 years. No one knows how he got in. He's just been there. They enter the Bone Carver cell, and Feyre like sees it. Now she really sees it. She still sees the child that she saw in the last book, but now she sees that this child, and she recognizes this child has the same features of Rhys and her father. And she's like, oh shit, this is mine and Rhys's child. Foreshadowing. Dun, dun, dun. The Bone Carver is like, oh, he knows that she's the High Lady, and she's like, oh, and he's like, congratulations. And Feyre's pretty much like, here's the bone of the adder that I killed. I need some information from you. So the Bone Carver then says, I smell my sister on you. Did you steal from her? Did she weave a thread of your life into her loom? And the Bone Carver starts to look at Cassian and calls him the Prince of Bastards, but then says, I quote, what came out was not what went in. How lovely she is, new as fawn, and yet as ancient as the sea. How she calls to you a queen, as my sister once was, terrible and proud, beautiful as a winter sunrise. And again, all of these clues for Silver Flame that we just like never knew or could pick up on. So the Bone Carver pretty much is like, okay, well, why have you sought me out? Like, why are you here? And Feyre explains that they now have the Book of Breathings, and this can possibly take him home. And she explains that there's a war, and in exchange for his help, that they'll try to get him back home. And the Bone Carver then says, why do you think I want to go home? He also believes that his home doesn't exist anymore. Like, he is content to live in his cell. He doesn't think his actual home is like exists anymore. And then the Bone Carver draws 3 circles and connects them and explains that his twin, I'm gonna say the twin's name wrong. Sidra? I can't hear if she's talking, I can't hear. But anyways, he has a twin, which is AKA the Weaver, and then he has an older brother. And the 3 of them fell into this world long before it was even called Prythian. And the ancient Fey warriors feared but worshipped them. However, there was a Fey warrior who tricked his sister and confined her to the middle and dimmed her powers. And the same happened to his brother, except it's at the lake. And the Bone Carver says, and I quote, clever that Fey warrior. Her bloodline is long gone now, though a trace still runs through some human line. He smiles and then perhaps a bit sadly says, no one remembers her name, but I do. She would have been my salvation had I not made the choice long before she walked this earth. Do we think this is Mama Archeron's family line lineage?
Yeah.
No, what?
Really?
No,
Really, Andrea? Tell us what you think.
I'm not going to, because you have to read Crescent City.
Come
No,
on.
just tell me.
The audio was going there.
That's Andrea's answer for everything.
It is, because I need y'all to read it so you can connect these dots. Because
Is this
there's
Bryce,
theories.
then? Is this Bryce?
No.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Actually?
well, we have to figure it out for everyone else who's listening. When I read this, I was like, oh, maybe this is their Fey lineage, their mom or whatever. But I guess it's a Crescent City, so I am going to read Crescent City before October 27th, but I'm not there yet.
You are?
Yeah,
Before
I mean,
when?
I'm going to try.
Before when?
October 27th.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in the last book of...
Yeah, as soon as you finish Kingdom of Ash, you just get into the graphic audio for Crescent City.
I'm going to do the
and
audio,
that
so I'm
is
not going to read it.
Epic whodunit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, mean,
Sorry.
you can read it, you can listen to audio at like a 1.5, whatever. You can get through it in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So you'll be good. So I'm going to try. But anyways, back to this. The Bone Carver is like his siblings cannot be killed. They can only be contained, and that is why he hides from them. His siblings are much stronger than he is, and his sister himself can eat life, and she does it to stay young and beautiful. They are death gods. The Bone Carver does not wish to remind his siblings that he is alive. So the bone, and so then Cassian is like, okay, we got everything we need to go. Let's head to the Hewn City. And then the Bone Carver is like, oh, that got my attention. And the Bone Carver says that his sister has a collection of mirrors, but one mirror is special, the Ouroboros, and it can see through the dark. It can like just see through things. It gives a lot more in here. And the Bone Carver says, bring him the mirror and he'll help. So now they have to decide if they're going to go get this mirror to get the Bone Carver's help. But now everyone has to get ready to go visit the Court of Nightmares, except for Cassie, who has to stay behind. So Feyre walks into the library and finds Nesta and Elaine in the library. And Elaine is like, I can see so very far now into the sea. She can hear everyone's heartbeats, and it's too much for her to do. And Feyre's like, we can help with that. Like, you'll learn to like zone all that out. But now Feyre realizes that Elaine's just been wasting away. And Elaine says, and I quote, I can hear the sea, even at night, even in my dreams, the crashing sea, and the screams of the bird made of fire. Do we think that's Lucian?
No, that's Vasa.
Well, you're right. And Lucian. And
yes,
Lucian.
and Lucian. You're right,
and
though.
Lucian.
Wait, but
You're right. I forgot about Vasa. You're right, but
Didn't
and
we
Lucian.
didn't we just find out what Morgan means? The sea circle.
The
or
truth.
something?
She can hear the truth.
Yeah.
My
That's
God. Also,
wild.
Derek thinks the description that you just
You just read a description about drinking life and to stay young, right?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
earlier, like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, when we had a sidebar.
Yeah, well,
So
he did try to
I did.
insert
Okay.
his, but you kept going.
You
so-
were zoned
Oh,
in, yeah.
you need to
mean,
be
yeah, you were
loud then.
zoned
Sorry, we're going back.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
go.
a little bit. Just a little bit.
Doesn't that sound like Amryn drinking blood?
No.
No.
And that's also a Crescent City reference.
Goodbye.
I'm going to be honest. In my head, Amryn is a beautiful
Lucy Liu.
Edna from The Incredibles. She's just like a much more beautiful Edna.
Oh
and
my
drinks
gosh,
blood.
I totally picture Edna.
Yeah, like that is what I
Edna.
picture for
So
Amryn.
Edna coded.
Sexy Edna.
As if Edna was the first person with that bob haircut, but she made it what it is.
Yeah, no, but it's like black. Edna's like very like in your face. It's my way or the highway. Like the whole person. Like I just see Amryn as like Edna that drinks blood. But maybe Derek's right. I don't know. That
Do you guys
drink blood?
Andrea already said I'm wrong, so I'm wrong.
Oh.
The only reason I say that is because, like, specifically in Crescent City, it's like a main plot point.
Drinking blood?
Okay, you guys
No,
need to listen to
the
Crescent
life
City. That's
drink.
your all's homework.
That's
Read
what you
about
said, right? The drinking life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically a plot point in Crescent City. Do you guys agree that Elaine is giving Elena when she first became a vampire in the Vampire Diaries?
Did not watch it.
Me neither.
I did watch that show. I love that show. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can remember that far back.
The Vampire Diaries is a personality trait of mine.
It is.
And
No,
so-
it is. I just don't know if I can remember. Like, she was like
That's
kind
fine.
of sweet.
No,
Yeah.
Elena was insufferable. I couldn't stand her when she turned into a
Oh.
vampire.
Anybody watch House of the Dragon?
Yes.
No, but I need to because my sister is super obsessed with it.
So
Yes.
the one Targaryen, like, she's now the queen in the current season, and like her husband got run away, but like she's like a 17-year-old girl that is like an oracle, and then she just like looks off in the distance and says like this fucking crazy as shit, like, on Tuesday cats will play with their teeth, and then it's supposed to be some fucking like
Epiphany or some shit.
prophecy.
Prophecy, yeah.
She
That's
can
what
like see
Elaine
the
did.
future.
I can smell the sea.
Well,
That
that's what
is-
you're saying. Elaine is like, okay.
Yeah.
She-
Actually,
does she-
I that is a better reference because that literally just happened this past Sunday. So Derek, I do see that. Yes. So Elaine is just speaking in riddles, and Feyre was like, there's a garden in her house. She would love for her to come tend to it. And Elaine just responds like, will I hear the earthworms withering up through the soil or stretching the roots? What will the bird of fire come and sit on the trees and watch me? And again, we know she's going to be important. We know she's a seer. We know she can see this. So she's just going to be in her riddles. But this just goes to let me say this part and then I'll say the next one. Feyre's like, how'd you get Elaine to come? And Nessa's like, she was already here waiting in the library. She's been speaking in riddles all day. And then the door opens and Lucian walks in. He was not looking for Elaine, but it was a happy surprise. She never has left her room or did anything. She just showed up in the library because she knew she had to talk to Lucian. Like, I discussed my theory that she walked her ass into that fucking camp that we're about to read in 20 chapters. She was not kidnapped. I don't think she knows her whole power yet because she's figuring it out. But like, she knew that she had to be in that room to interact with Lucian because it makes no sense that she finally decides to like come in at this point and that's the same day that he shows up. So Lucian's like surprised and he knows he has to approach her like slowly. And so Feyre decides, I'm going to go into Lucian's head. So she goes into Lucian's mind and Lucian's just thinking too thin. She needs to eat. His heart is racing. He wants to touch her, taste her, smell her. Can't wait for this book.
Same.
Lucian then tries to
weirdo.
Lucian then tries to talk to Elaine and is like, can I sit here? Like, do you want like a biscuit, you know? And during this time, Feyre is still in Lucian's head and she realizes that like Lucian appreciates the city. He's kind of like low-key jealous of what Freya has with the friends because he thought he would have that the spring court never did. He again trying to get Elaine to eat, and then finally like Elaine faces him and he sees her for all her beauty, and then he thinks mine. But then he thinks you're mine, I'm yours, all this type of stuff. He's feeling the mate bond, and Elaine like asks who he is, and Lucian's like, I'm Lucian, the seventh son of the Autumn Court, and Elaine is like, oh, and the same guy from My Sister's Stories, and he's like, yes. And she was like, oh, the one at Hybern. He says, the one at Hybern, and he says, yes. And then Elaine says, oh, the one that betrayed us. And I'm like, damn. But yes, that is true. And Lucian's like, that was a mistake. And to add insult to injury, Elaine's like, I was to be married in a few days. And so now Lucian is thinking, she doesn't want me. She doesn't love me.
She's diabolical as
she's
fuck.
touching
I
her
never heard
ring.
something so messy and petty.
She's touching her engagement ring, her iron engagement ring. Then Feyre's like, okay, it's a violation of privacy. Exits Lucian's mind, and appears like in front of Lucian, and Lucian just looks at her and is like, she needs fresh air now. Take her to the sea, take her outside, but like get her outside this house. And Feyre's like, okay, we're going to the townhouse. Let's roll. Asriel flies Elaine to the townhouse, and this is where everyone starts to ship Asriel and Elaine. But anyways, while they're at the townhouse, Asriel takes Elaine to like the garden so she can tend to it. Nessa needs to throw up because Rhys went way too fast, but they notice something up with Nessa's eyes, and Nessa says, I made the cauldron, give me something more. Beautiful foreshadowing for Silver Flames. But now back to Elaine and Asriel in the garden. So they're in the garden, and Freya's like, they're a much better pair. Why aren't they mates? And Rhys says, it decides. Like, who knows what it is, but it decides. Not all mates are made, like, are right for each other. But Rhys also explains that the mating bond can be rejected. There is a choice. However, they will always feel the bond, especially the male. So this will always be worse for Lucian than it will be for Elaine. Now it's time to head.
Something's worse for them than for us.
About time. Yes. Derek's just looking over here because he can't say shit else.
I got
Can't
nothing.
say nothing. So now it's time to head to the Court of Nightmares. Rhys gives Feyre a matching crown to his. Nessa is in this beautiful black dress that takes Cassian's breath away. Now he's really jealous he can't be with them because he needs to stay behind. And now they walk into the Court of Nightmares, and there's only one throne. And Rhys gives the throne to Feyre and sits on the arm and is like, I know this was an oversight. Next time there'll be 2 chairs for both of us. And then Moore's mom and dad come and they're there. And I low-key would love a chapter of Moore's mom. I don't need like a whole book. I just need like 1 or 2 chapters. I just need to know, like, is she evil? Is she like feels like she can't fight the dad? You know, I just need to know like what's going on with the mom. But anyways, during this time, Amryn discreetly takes Nessa out so they can practice their magic. And Reese tells Moore's dad that he needs to speak with him in the council room. So now they all head into the room, and Moore's dad is like, I know why you're here. I'm not giving you my army. You can't command me. In fact, I'm sympathetic towards Highburn. And Reese is like, oh, I thought you would be hesitant to join me. And then says, bring him in. And then Eris walks in. Dun, 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 dun. End of the chapter. How'd you like that?
Fucking Misty.
I want Eris to be a good guy.
I think Eris is gay and a good guy.
Good gay guy.
Yeah. I
Nice.
think he was always going to be nice to Moore. And I think he might swing both ways. Maybe not gay. Maybe he just swings both ways. But he can't tell his dad. Okay, so what are our thoughts really quick before we go into our sassy topic? I feel like this is where I feel for Lucian and he just needs a W.
You know, I've been, I've really been like feeling Lucian lately. I get where you're coming from with him, and it resonates with me, Season. I hear you.
Thank you. I love
You don't hear
it.
me.
Okay. And you guys have any thoughts or anything?
Yeah, I still hope Lucian dies. I just feel like it's
Oh.
part of his character arc at this point.
It's
I
okay
really
if
hope
he dies. Like that just makes it
Yeah.
more beautiful, you know?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't
He
see
could
it.
die after they fuck.
Nah. He's been suffering for 3 books. Why does he get anything now?
And honestly, I'm okay. Derek said this last time, and I'm actually okay. Now that we talked about like this part, and it's like, oh, Elaine's with Azriel, like in the garden. I'm actually okay with all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the Lucian,
Azriel,
Elaine.
Elaine, and Lucian?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Azriel's gonna
Oh,
end up with
And
Gwen.
I don't necessarily see Lucian or Azriel swinging either way.
Exactly. That's the part that
But
can't.
I've read books where like the men can share a woman, they can all be together, all 3 of them, and one just watches while the other getting freaky, and then vice versa. But like the 2 men don't actually like.
The answer's no.
Like, I'm okay with this. So
No. Azriel's gonna end up with Gwen because he is the shadow singer.
I
and she
agree. He's
can
gonna end up with
sing.
Gwen, but I do think now all 3 of them need a fuck.
Nope, they're not. And so Lucian's gonna die. Eris, I hope, is not a bad guy.
I think
Amryn
Eris
was like, you gotta kill all the brothers and make the
Mhm.
handsome one in charge. And I feel like there's a little something going on with Lucian and Amryn that nobody's clocking.
No, there's nothing going on with Lucian and Amryn.
Oh,
Amryn
okay.
likes
Miss,
the
I
other
hope
dude.
Elaine's book is next.
Yeah, well, it's
I
not. It's
don't
gonna be
see
Moore's
Azriel
books next.
and
Because it's
and
390 something
I
pages.
don't
It's
see it.
Moore's books next. Okay,
I
but
think it's Lucian's book and he's gonna die.
Jotty, Derek, or Jai, do you have anything? You can.
No, I think this Azriel Elaine thing is bullshit. And y'all need to stop pissing me off with it.
I mean, I really do want Elaine and Lucian together, so I'm here for that too. But if Azriel were to watch, or his shadows were to watch, that'd be hot.
I
I'm
think
okay with
Elaine
that.
is gonna be a casualty too while we at it. Just put
Mm.
her in the cauldron and she don't come out, and that's cool.
There's
There's got to be a sacrifice, somebody
somewhere
important along the way.
Yeah, it's
that's
Hamlin.
true.
No, he's
All
not
right.
important. We don't even like him.
He could
We
die.
don't
He
even
could die.
like him.
All right, sassy topic. I love, so one of my favorite like things to read is like found family. Also because I think I have a lot of found family. Like I do have family that I
Fair.
love and I'm close with, but they're Jotty's one. Like I have a lot of friends that I would consider very like family. So I love just like found family. That's just like something that just like resonates really well with me. But how does Feyre's return back to like the night court reinforce the theme of chosen family or found family? Because her real family's there and she don't got that relationship with them.
I think that it's really like illustrated by like the 2 families being together. Like like this, like Nesta is. I think that's part of the reason why Nesta's so fucking mad, because this family that she found is like such a better fucking family to Feyre than her
I
sisters or
love
her
that.
daddy ever was. And Nesta's like fucking clocking it firsthand, and she's like, "Oh shit, like we fucking awful to this girl." And like, and I feel like, God, even in one of the previous books, Nesta like realized like, oh, we were kind of shitty to you, and like I was kind of shitty to you, and now she's seeing like what Feyre is getting, and she's like, oh, I'm never gonna have that, and that starts her whole fucking downward spiral, and we love that for her. But I think that um yeah, I love the two families coming together, minus Daddy Archeron, not for Sand,
He redeems
and
himself at the end.
But he's still not part of
yeah,
I agree.
dynamic, you know?
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
said
think that's the whole thought.
yeah,
Yeah, I like
Derek, I
that.
love that too. I didn't even think that that could be a reason why Nesta is that way. But I agree. Like her found family has been there for her way more than her blood family. It's like when she's practicing with Cassian and Cassian's like, "You didn't tell me you were High Lady. Like you're now my responsibility too because that means more to me than just you being Reese's mate." And she's realizing, oh shit. Even Amryn is like, "I'm glad you're back." More defending going up against Amryn, and no one ever goes against Amryn. So I loved it, and I feel like they have the inner circle, the court of dreams has definitely like proven to Feyre that they love her and she is their family. Do you have anything to add, Andrea? Let me unmute myself.
Well, she unmuted herself just to nod her head, just to
Oh,
Andrea
and then
believes everything we said
Yeah,
or agrees.
yeah, I don't like the found family trope mostly because when it comes up, it's kind of like, okay, like it's not, I don't want to say that I don't like it, but the trope doesn't resonate with me as deeply from like a relationship building. It doesn't do it for me. Um, it's a common theme that helps bring relationships together, but it's not what hooks me. It's not what makes me like, and I don't know if that's just reflective of who I am as a human being because I thrive on the alone. I thrive on knowing I could
Mm.
do something without other people. And I thrive knowing that like I have control of my peace. And if there's nobody like affecting that peace, then I'm better. I'm better. My headspace is better. And so I think maybe that might be why I don't necessarily jive with the found family. I get it. I think it's great that she has that. But
Mm.
there are so many other magnificent, relevant, extravagant moments that this woman goes through that help her get to where she's at without any of those people. Sure, they've given her the skills and the
Mm.
tools and they've been validating and affirming her, but she's had to look deep within herself, like, that's self-reflection to get to where she's at.
Love
meaning
that for you. I still love found family, but Jody, yes, you're next.
okay. I am I am so much more um infatuated, I'd even say, with Nesta's found family because these women fucking went through it.
Mhm.
Not I'm not saying that Feyre's found family didn't go through it, but they've always had each other and support. They've always had each other. Since childhood, they've had each other. Whereas Nesta's found family are women that came together later in life, didn't have didn't have
Love
that
it.
growing up, didn't have anything. So for me, that is the found family that I want to know about. Like that's the found family that just
Mm.
I love
Yeah,
that shit because
yeah.
this seems a little Hallmarky.
Which
So
is a little bit of Feyre's personality, she's kind of been the
exactly,
Lulu, yeah,
yeah,
kind of
yeah. So
Yeah.
because it's a little Hallmark, I like the other one better. The
a
other one,
little,
a little deeper
a
and
little to
darker.
that point, and yes, and is in the found family of the Court of Dreams, we're not given a lot of context. We don't watch the character progression. We don't watch the relationship development. As opposed to with the Valkyries, we watch it and witness it from day one. It feels more real. With the Court of Dreams, we're given this on a plate And then we're like, yes, these guys are all best friends. Everybody loves each other. And then there's just banter, 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 banter. And that helps accept that this is a beautiful found family. They all love and support each other.
Mhm.
Again, with the Valkyries, we're able to watch it grow and prosper. And I think that's a little bit, I'm not saying that you have validity so much in what you're saying. I just think that's also why we identify more with that more, because we're watching that growth and progression as opposed to just getting it served to us.
Mhm. Yeah.
I love both of what you said, Jody and Derek. I love that you said that. Like I said, Nesta's book is my favorite. Silver Flame is my favorite. I love her relationship that she has. I'm sad at the end, like she doesn't technically, spoiler alert, like become a quote unquote, but whatever. She's gonna get it. Though we'll figure out a way. But like, I love that. Like, you're right. These girls been through it and they help each other out. Like, that is a found family. I mean, I love found families in general, but I agree that like Nessa's found family way more intriguing. To Derek's point, we were there from day one and we saw it like form versus the rest of it was already established. So I love that. Can't wait to get more, but that's all I have for you guys. You guys have anything for me? You said you were gonna start
Was
throwing
that
sassy questions at me.
that was the
Shit,
sassy topic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like, or some of my sassy topics are not gonna be like
Sassy.
controversial. They're just like
Oh,
conversations
yeah,
for us to
yeah.
talk
That's
about.
why I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this was polite.
This
Yeah.
is a
I was
vanilla
like,
topic.
This is a
Yeah.
Hallmark topic.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
fine.
That was a Hallmark comic. Yes. Okay. Well, until next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.